and welcome to my channel. Happy New Year to you. I hope you had a wonderful New Year. Let me take these off because of the glare. I hope you had a fantastic New Year, wonderful holiday. I just took a break from filming, had some videos I was going to post, and it was just Belle's first Christmas, and with all of the craziness going on, just wanted to focus on family. And it was great. It was fantastic. It was a great time. And I hope you had the same with you. So this is not a typical video that I do. Normally I'm cleaning, we're decorating, we're cooking, we're doing family life, whatever. I know I have done one vlog video, you could say, about our infertility journey. Stay tuned. More of those are coming. But I think the trend that's going on right now with everybody is, of course, it's a new year, new start, fresh start, new beginnings. And I kind of wanted to have a very, very real conversation with you guys. Hopefully help some people, help somebody, give some people some guidance. That's one of the reasons why I started this channel. I really wanted to provide that and help other people just through life circumstances. Not really about what's going on so much now in the world and in the country, but just kind of helping people to understand, you know, what life is and how we can get through it together, how you can get through it on your own just as easily. I really just wanted to start my first video of the year kind of, the new me, new life scenario. I mean, really, that's going to be the theme of this video, is new me, new life. And I know it's typical. I know you're probably saying, I've been hearing and watching and seeing these YouTube videos, you know, since the start of the new year, and that's fine. I just want you to stick it out with me, hear me out, listen to what I have to say, because I'm going to get real. I'm going to be very real with you. Let me preface by saying, if you haven't watched any of my videos, if this is, you know, your first video or you don't know me, I have 2 children. Again, I'll vlog more about the fact that I really shouldn't have 2 children later at another time. But in June, I gave birth to our daughter, Belle. And she's great, and I will say this, if you're a parent, let me know if you agree with me or not, but second child does seem to be a little bit easier, go a little bit smoother, because you kind of have everything figured out. So after giving birth to Belle, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna chalk it up to postpartum, but it kind of like, I don't know, in a good way this happened. I don't know how to describe it. But basically, I really started to look around at my life, my family's life, you know, our lifestyle, my own lifestyle. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just not happy. And I'll say this. The being unhappy piece had nothing to do with my husband, nothing to do with my family, nothing to do with my children. That wasn't what I was unhappy about. I just was, I can't explain it to you. And if you understand or have been there, you know, I just was unhappy. I could not figure out what was bothering me so much. I can't tell you if it was, again, postpartum, which I think had a lot to do with it. If it was just finally achieving, so to speak, what I've always wanted, which is a family. And then looking back and going, what have I done? What have I missed out on? What didn't I accomplish? What have I not attained? And that's kind of, I think, what happens. And I just began becoming very depressed over that fact that I'm just unhappy. I'm unhappy. And I again don't know really how to explain it to you, other than it just was more than likely linked to postpartum. But also that little bit of that postpartum issue and this little that time frame that I was having of those thoughts of being unhappy, really, to be honest, gave me a shot in the arm. And I'll get to that in a minute. I want to preface the conversation also by saying this. Please note that, I have my faith. I am strong in my faith. Matter of fact, I'm a leader in my church. I've talked about how I have a mentor group of young girls that I look out for and I oversee. I'm a musician. I'm a singer. Love all those things. I do have a full-time job, and it's a great job for my age. I have really grown and accelerated quickly for my age, based on where I work, how that operates. For my age, I've really accelerated pretty quickly up the ranks, so to speak. So I say that to say this. Just because you're accelerating in your career, or you have a strong faith, you have a strong belief system, you're a leader over whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that you're happy. It doesn't mean that you're where you truly want to be, where your potential lies. And that's what I want to share with you. That's the realization I came to. I just decided and figured out I do not, still even now, feel like I'm living up to my full potential. I do not feel like I'm living my best life. I'm missing out on something. I couldn't figure out what it was. I was hurting. I was not happy, obviously, with myself physically. Having 2 children in 2 years, I'm sure moms can relate. The postpartum body and then the recovery from that. Try to get back into any kind of a shape. To begin with, I wasn't even really in the best shape when I had and got pregnant with our son. So I am unhappy with myself. And I don't know what triggered everything to finally just snap for me, as far as, okay, Jen, you got this issue, you have this problem, now let's get past it. I will say this. There is a person that did help me. My family has always been very supportive. When I talked about this over with my husband, he has been absolutely supportive. So, I don't want to talk about this person and be like, oh, they didn't help me. No, they have totally been there and they've totally listened to me. There was a YouTuber that kept popping up in my recommended for you. So, I was watching some YouTubers and things and following a couple, and this one video just kept constantly popping up in my recommended for you. And I remember I had watched the video like one time, and I didn't even really watch the full video. I watched about, I don't know, a minute of it, and I just was like, nope, not for me. So then finally I just went ahead and watched it. And that led me to watch the other videos. I messaged this YouTuber because I've connected with her through for other things too. So I did message her and let her know, hey, I'm going to talk about you in one of my videos. And I just began watching and listening to the everyday fun videos, the decorate with me, shop with me, clean with me, those videos. And then she had another channel she kept referring to, and I found that channel. I went to that. That channel is I call it her pump up vlog channel, in which she does a lot of coaching and planning and what she calls her daily grind. And I began watching those, and it became very clear to me when I began watching her, and not just her, but then I started doing my own kind of research. I began doing my own investigating into myself and really taking out and pausing. I started looking for some, research of books, anything to help me figure out, what's going on. But the more I watched her videos, the more it started to click with me is I was letting myself down because I wasn't I was not living up to my full potential because of me. And I don't want anyone to think that this is a pointing the finger moment at, oh, it's your fault where you are. That may not even apply to you. I just want to be real with you and help you think for yourself in this new year, despite what's going on, how can you make 2022 your year? So I made a decision right then and there that I was going to do things different and I was going to change for the betterment of myself, because if I'm happy, then my family's happy, and then also for my family. So I started watching more of her videos. I actually reached out to her, became a part of her fitness club. I'll say this: if you're not following her, her name is Angie Belmar. Look her up; she's fantastic. If you're looking for a virtual fit program, her Fit Gym is the way to go. Check her out; she's fantastic. She literally has been great. And again, I've talked to her via email, and she knows. But she's been fantastic, and I've watched her recent videos, and she's really helpful. But because of watching her and listening to her and others, not just her, but mostly her, but other things as well, I began to decide, you know what, now I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change things. So 2022 is going to be, I have deemed it the year for me. It's going to be the year I pivot. I don't want to do a 180. So I don't want to just do a complete turnaround, because I don't want to put my back on what has brought me to this point. I don't want to put my back to what has made me who I am today, even though that person is going to change. That person has put me here. That person, that experience, that life, those decisions have put me in this spot. So I don't want to turn my back on it. But then, of course, I don't want to do a 360 because I don't want to go back and just be the same average that I've always been. I can be awesome. I can be great. You can be awesome. You can be great. You just have to pivot. All pivoting is changing the direction, changing momentum for a moment, refocusing, readjusting. When you pivot, you're just quickly making a quick turn to go try something and do something else or something better. And that's what I've deemed this year I'm pivoting. I'm pivoting and changing my focus. I'm changing who I am and finding my potential for the betterment of myself and my family. I have so much that I'm so super excited about because I am focusing. If you are a person who makes New Year's resolutions, and let's just be honest with one another, we make New Year's resolutions, we do them maybe about a week, push out to 2 if you're lucky. Some people will make it 30 days, and then they die. That's just human nature. Everybody talks about it. Everybody says that's what happens. It just dies. It's just a struggle that we deal with to be consistent in what we want to do. Because here's the honest truth. In my opinion, New Year's resolutions are just made on a whim. They're just made, well, this year I'm going to lose weight. Everybody says it every year they're going to lose weight. Gym memberships are their highest in January. And then by March, there's nobody there. So it's New Year's resolutions. It's because people don't really make a New Year's resolution that hits home, that hits right into the center, that affects them emotionally, mentally. That's really what a New Year's resolution should be. It should kick you in the face when you make a New Year's resolution to say, I will do, not I won't do. There's so much of I won't do's in this world. I am this year saying I will do, not I won't do. I will do. So New Year's resolutions, let's put them aside and let's be realistic with each other. And let's say this year I will, because that's what's going to affect me emotionally. So what affects me emotionally is my family, my income, and my happiness. Those are the 3 things that I am adamantly passionate about. My faith is always there. I'm passionate about my faith. But for me, my faith, I always need to do better, and I always need to try harder. I always need to work at it. But the top 3 things for me, my family, my income, or our income, I should say, and my happiness. So with that in mind, the same YouTuber I talked about had developed a planner. I don't know if you saw this in my stories on Instagram, but this is hers. I will link it below if anyone is interested. And I will tell you, granted, it's only 6 days into January, but this planner has helped me be consistent in my goal setting and my direction. It's very simple. It's very easy. If you want to know more about it, how to do it, how to use it, I'm not going to show that because this is not mine. This belongs to Angie Belmar. She created this. So I'll put a link down to her channel. I'll put a link down to where you can order this. And I'll put even a link into the YouTube video where she shows how she does this. But it's really simple. And what I did and what she recommended, and she did another video for 2022, and I've watched other YouTubers have done the same thing. They did their 2022 vision board. I actually did my vision board in October when I began realizing what I needed to do with my life to do better, to be better. And my vision board consisted of so much stuff, and it made me excited. If you don't know what a vision board is, leave a comment down below. I can do a quick overview of what that looks like, and what you can do to build a vision board, because I did one and I love it. It's actually a background on my computer. It's a background because it's a photo snapshot. It's a background on my phone. It's not in this one. It's in my other bullet journal. It's in my bullet journal. It's just this is what I want to attain. It may not happen in 2022, but in order to get to these things, this is what I need to do in 2022. So it's just been fantastic. I have loved it. I can't wait. And I'll just share a couple of things from that vision board that I created, my goals. And I have 8 goals based on, don't know if you've heard about it, but I think it's called the Life Circle or something similar. So I built one of those. I'm actually taking my girls group through it that I'm overseeing. I had them do some homework in December when we meet again this Sunday. They're supposed to come back with their life wheel. So I built all of that, and the idea is you got to have a starting point, and it's got to be small to reach the bigger vision. And that, again, that's what happens with New Year's resolutions. We are big and do this, and I'm going to lose 50 pounds in 3 months. That's not realistic. That's the problem. Be realistic with yourself when you're developing the new you. That's what I had to do. I had to be realistic with myself and say, Jen, if you're going to obtain these things, what are the small things that you can do to build up to this? What are the things that you can do to make this great? And that's what you're going to do. That's what we're all going to do this year. We're going to leave 2020 back behind us, leave 2021 where it is, and let's pick it up and get through 2022, and let's make it our best year ever. And I'll end with this. I fully intend and want to grow this channel in so many ways for so many reasons. I shared at the beginning, one of the things is because I want to see people grow. I want to help people. I want to be there for people in whatever capacity that means. So, of course, obviously one goal is to grow this channel, to grow my social media, not for any income purposes, because that's honestly just not what I want to do for income. I just want to express myself. I just want to help you. I want to see you grow and see you change and watch you light up your world. I want you to light up your world. That's what you should be doing. But that's a piece of my goal. That's one of my goals. And I won't tell you, but I set, what I feel is a realistic goal to grow, but I'm not going to be satisfied if I meet that goal, let's say by June. All right, then I change the goal to be greater. You shouldn't stop when you've made progress. Don't stop and say, okay, I've attained and that's it. No, now push further, push and do it harder, push and be greater and find more to grow and ways to change and how to operate. I told my husband, I'll wrap up with this. I'll try. I told my husband this. We have always talked about, we've talked about it for years, probably since we've been together, is, you are always thinking of retirement. At least for us, we both have been with our prospective companies for many, 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 many years. So we've planned for retirement since we started working. That's just something we both did. And we've always talked about, when we retire, where are we going? And we finally came to the conclusion, it was probably a couple years ago, that, you know, like everybody else, we're gonna retire to Florida. And we talked, here's the target date, and here's what we are thinking, and this is what we could do, and this is how we can get the house, and et cetera, et cetera. And then this is what I'm talking about when I was talking about, you know, goal setting, or shooting for great, and making yourself happy. I said to myself at the time, why am I going to wait? Why are we, my husband and I, going to wait until we're 55, 60 to finally have a place in Florida? Why are we going to do that to ourselves? And so I told my husband, I said, here's the deal. In X amount of years, we're going to have a place in Florida. That doesn't mean we're moving to Florida. It just means we're going to have a place in Florida. Because I don't want to be 55, 60, 65 enjoying Florida. I want to do that now. I want to do that now with our kids. As they grow, I want them to have that place to go to. You know, and you may say that is absolutely crazy and there's no way, you know, anyone could afford that. That's why I'm fixing things. That's why I'm trying to fix, not just for the money, but because that makes the happiness. That is something I've always wanted in my whole life, is to live in Florida, mainly because of Disney. Let's be realistic. That's what I want to do. I want to live there. That's where I want to be. So, why am I waiting? I'm going to ask you the same question. Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting to obtain and be great? Why are you waiting for that? You're fantastic now. You're a great person now. But you can be greater. You can always be greater. You can always do greater. You can always be more successful. Don't let your own fears stand in the way of being what you want to be, how you want to be, how you want to live, where you want to live, what you want your house to look like, how you want your house to look like, where you want to go, who you want to share it with. Don't let your fears get in the way of that potential this year. Make up in your mind, you're not going to let that stop you. You're not going to let that stop you this year. You are going to be the greatest you that you can be. I want you to join me. I want you to join me this year in being and having a new you and a new life. I'm not saying get up and leave. I'm not saying get up and go anywhere and leave all the people you love behind. What I'm saying is find what makes you happy. Figure out, if I wanted to be happy, what would I do? If I had my dream job, what would it be? If I had my dream home, what it would look like? If I went on my dream vacation, where would I be? Where would I go? What would that look like? How would I obtain it? And you can do that. You can do it. You're letting fear, judgment, other people get in the way of that. And that's what I was doing. I was allowing my life to be what it always had been. Just accept that I could and should work at the same place for 30, 35 years and be content with what I had. And I am content and very grateful and thankful for what I have. I am. But I feel and I felt that there is just more that I can do. There's more to my potential. And there's more to your potential. That's what I want to leave you with tonight or today. I want you to think about a new you, a new life in 2022. All right? I hope to see you in some future videos. Stay tuned, because Disney Cruise is 3 weekends away and we'll be on our way, and you're going to be a part of it. You're going to see all the goods when we get back. I'll have some more videos between now and then, but you know what? You live the best life you can for 2022. I'll see you.